Okay. I guess I'm going back to sleep. Don't really see anything. I think that's it. Off you go, guys. That's it. That's it. We don't see anything. Who is this guy? It's well covered up. Who can this be? Is it a new face? Yeah, a new face in the area. Looks like a new face in the area. Looks like a new face in the area. Yeah. Alright, new face in the area. Yeah, I really don't see anything. I don't see much. The time is 8:20 a.m. 8:20 a.m. I think that's it, guys. I don't think nothing's going to be happening this early Sunday morning. Oh well. I think that's it. Because the lights are not on. The red van didn't show up. High frequencies. The high frequencies are in the bright light harassment. And the truck is now turning. I guess that was our, yeah, that's our neighbors. That's our neighbors right there. I think so. Yeah, they're gonna park there in front. I remember them from last time. I remember the grill. The bright light harassment continues to hit. So, I don't know. They were here last Sunday as well. They probably come to visit family members. A couple doors down. Yep. Yeah. Couple doors down. You're still waiting for the developments. The bright light harassment continues. You can clearly see it. It is being redirected toward our window. So it's clearly there. Okay. It's gonna start cracking pretty soon. 8:23, 8:23 a.m. We are focused. We are still waiting. It's gonna start happening soon. Just gotta wait. Okay, we are waiting. Let me check on my food again. Check on my food again. We are waiting. Look. See what that is about. See, the bright light harassment is there again. And it's 8:23 a.m. 8:23 a.m. And let's see what we have over here. I'm not sure. That's a lot of driving around. Well, we shall see. There's the bright light harassment. There's the bright light harassment. You can clearly see it is being redirected toward our camera. So, it is a form of distraction, but we're trying to figure out what's the reason. It's 8:27 a.m. Still waiting. The attacks continue. The attacks continue. There's the van again, returning. And I'm not sure. That's a lot of driving around for that van. That's a lot of driving around. So it went around and then it went around again. So they're probably looking for an address, or is it a Uber Eats? So right now we are waiting. Still waiting. There's the bright light harassment there. So, there's a lot of movement this morning. But still, it remains the same. So all we can do is just wait. It's 8:28, 8:28, 8:28, and now you can see the bright light harassment. It has been intensified much more than before. So we're trying to figure out what's the reason for the distraction, of course. No real movement around. I don't really see anything. We are waiting. There's the beep. It's a different vehicle. Now this one moved a little fronter. So there we go. We're trying to figure out what's the reason for all that driving around. Is it the Uber Eats? I don't know. Now they're just gonna park there. What address are they looking for? So we're gonna see. 'Cause that's further away from where they were stationed at. What's the reason? And now it's just sitting there. So it's gonna turn again. That's a lot of driving around. That's a lot of driving around. So now it's gonna continue driving that way. How about that? And now it's gonna turn. Now it's gonna turn. That's a lot of driving. Is it the Uber Eats? It's coming back around. That's a lot of driving. And now they're gonna station back right there. Now they're coming back this way. And again, the same process again. The same process again. So we're trying to figure this out. Obviously, this is out of the ordinary. There's no reason to go over and over again. Why all that movement? What's the purpose? Is it the Uber Eats? Now it's going back. It's going back. It's going back. Must be a new neighbor. Must be a new neighbor. Let's see. Nope, it's homeowner Martinez's son. This is Daily Planet Tax. How about that? That's homeowner Martinez's son, the oldest one. And now he owns her van. And he's been instructed to move around, bait, focus, follow, attention span. And he continues going back and forth as a form of bait, focus, follow, attention span. Going back in his vehicle. Now he has the camera. And again, this is part of Daily Planet Tax insurance policy fraud, the game of manipulation. There you go. There you go, folks. Homeowner Martinez's son clearly involved in insurance policy fraud setup. That's how you do it, folks. You saw how much he was moving around. And this is Sunday, March 2nd, 2025, early Sunday morning, and 8:34 a.m. Homeowner Martinez instructed to be right there where the bright light harassment is obviously mostly concentrated at. Right there. And he was waiting there for quite some time, and then he continued maneuvering around the area several times. And this is called bait, focus, follow, attention span. Social acting. And then he proceeded, once he got out of the vehicle, he proceeded to go back and forth as well as if he forgot something. So obviously, either he's under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or, of course, this is a sure sign that he is being instructions given on command signal. High-tech surveillance monitor, very aware of my location and activities, instructions given on command signal. And again, the high frequencies, bright light harassment, electromagnetic field, shock treatment, waves coming from next door, 5135, second floor hideout. And of course, look at what's going on here. This is the reason. There you go. This is the reason. See? And he could be also trying to provoke a confrontation as well. Every day, this is Daily Planet Tax while preparing my morning breakfast or washing dishes. So again, this is Daily Planet Tax, and now I have to cover up a little bit more, but I'm being very mindful of my ex-wife's plants, of course, so they get plenty of sun. But I have to cover this up because they are using truck lights from next door. And that way I can be able to watch TV and enjoy my breakfast. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Daily Planet Tax continue, and the murder plot continues. It is a murder plot. And yes, this is the perfect textbook as far as how bait, focus, follow, attention span is instructed. And on-command signal can be very effective as a distraction. And again, this is an act of provocation, trying to provoke a confrontation, driving back and forth over and over again. And intentions are very clear, folks. There's no reasoning to be going through that type of ordeal as far as... Okay, we're just going to let the people decide on their own. And it's well documented how social acting works, especially regarding insurance policy fraud, the game of manipulation. Unsolved murder cases of identity theft Medicaid. It's very imperative that the public respond and Please contact Internal Revenue Services regarding the status date posted January 8th, 2025, Internal Revenue Services. Right here. There you go. That's the reason for the daily panel tax as well, right there. And that's the reason for the bright light harassment that's being redirected toward my window. You can clearly see the high-tech surveillance monitor on and off switch will cause accidents and death. The high frequencies, electrical shock to a victim's nerve system, the victim will lose their coordination, and accidents and death will happen as well. Insurance policy fraud, the game of manipulation. All right, we're going to continue waiting. And so far, this is what we're looking at right now. 8:38 a.m., 8:39 a.m., 8:39 a.m., and it's a waiting game, folks. And of course, that's why I have a tinted window. I made this, see? And I have this, so I can be able to, see? That way I got more of a, I won't be distracted that much, see? So there you go. This is their secret weapon. Will cause accidents and death. Just imagine driving on the expressway and the high beams of a vehicle are turned on, redirected toward the victim's face. That's how that works. Insurance policy fraud. The machine. Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominick reelected a safe haven for criminal activity of this sort, and of course, daily drug dealing, traffic transactions, distribution, and packing, white powder bags known as cocaine. 5130, and we also have homeowner Martinez's son participating in bait-focused follow attention span. This is her oldest son, Martinez family, and of course, Martinez is sporting her new vehicle. That's her new vehicle. Well compensated for her daily contribution to a tax. That's right. Insurance policy fraud. And her other son, let's see. They should be back there someplace. Her other sons are usually there or parked around the dollar store. Okay, we're going to continue waiting. I hope this criminal organization knows what they're doing. But I guess this is what... that was a lot of work. And we're going to continue documenting this criminal organization, how they function, how they work, and how they work with police officers involved in criminal activity. You just saw how I reacted by covering up the windows. Well, once this homeowner Martinez son provokes a confrontation with me, the police officers will be called, and the windows being covered up will be documented. And this is a reason to call the ambulance and have the victim's pre-enrollment mental health hospital begins evaluation. That's right. And over time, of course, the victim will develop a history of mental illness on record. That's right. That's how it's going to be documented. And it's very important that the family respond as well by creating family conflict, emotional distress, disbelief, anger. Call 911. Police officers involved in criminal activity are standing by, waiting. False police reports, court dates, order of protection. That's right, order of protection will be placed once the families have been manipulated by the police officers involved in criminal activity, that this is the best thing, that order of protection should be placed to safeguard that the victim no longer returns home. That's right. It's very important that the victim no longer returns home and is enrolled in a mental health facility. It's a part of the process of insurance policy fraud. To avoid any suspicion, any investigation, the death certificate will be noted as natural causes, not equal exposure from microwave oven, X-ray machine, or sleeping next to a high power line, radiation. Health issues, bone cancer, tumors of the brain, brain damage, bleeding of the brain, aneurysm, blood clot. The blood clot, this is dry blood that forms once it's healed, and it would travel up the stem of the brain, cutting out the oxygen. Silent, incoherent victims, nursing home final faith, identity theft Medicaid takes place. Insurance policy fraud, unsolved murder cases of identity theft Medicaid. That's right. That's why it's so imperative that the victim is enrolled, documented under doctor's care, and over time develops a history of mental illness on police reports and hospital records. And the medication under evaluation will be changed up, and the victim will be sedated from time to time so they won't hurt others or themselves within the hospital evaluation setting. And the purpose of this, of course, the daily plan attacks will continue. The consequences are very severe and serious under doctor's care. Symptoms, paranoia, hallucinations, psychosis. These are very serious symptoms that the victims will endure naturally, and they cannot distinguish fact from fiction. The game of manipulation takes effect again, and just like you saw here, as far as bait, focus, follow, they will probably most likely do the same scenario once the victim looks outside the window. And this is how victims are manipulated as far as bait, focus, follow, attention span, to create fear. Based on books, The Art of War, The 48 Laws, The Centennial, Mind Games, Community Gang Stalking. This is another form of community gang stalking as well. No witnesses. And the victim, it's going to create family disbelief, mistrust, anger, because it's a one-on-one between organized crime and the victim. No witnesses. It's very important, no witnesses. All right, we're going to continue moving on. The bright light harassment continues. As you can see, the intensity of the bright light harassment there. And this is, there we go. That's the reason for the bright light harassment. Have a good luck. Have a good luck. That's the reason for the bright light harassment. There you go. The mule has arrived. The mule has arrived in with the customer, and eye contact. There you go. That's the reason for the continuous bright light harassment. There you go. There you go. There you go. Didn't I tell you guys? There was a reason. And we were clearly waiting for him to come out. But he was with this person hiding from camera view. He was with this person right here. And he's hiding the vehicle away from camera view, behind the tree, instructions given. So we have that vehicle, and the bright light harassment continues here as well. You can clearly see the intensity of the bright light harassment. This, of course, creates disbelief, mistrust, emotional anxiety, once the victim reacts to the bright light harassment by covering up all the windows. And the family, of course, will react by calling 911. Okay, so that's the vehicle of that organized crime is working with. And intentions are very, very clear. And there's the other vehicle right here hidden. Okay, so how about that? How about that? That's the reason, again, I'm being attacked with the bright light harassment, that I had to have this, and the kitchen, of course. That's how we got in here. And that's the reason I have to have this. This is a tent. See? There you go. Look at the intensity of that light being redirected at my window. There you go. You can clearly see. See? There you go. Can you see it? And let me hit the scissors. Can you see it? That's right. It's redirected toward my window for that purpose as a distraction. And that's the reason why homeowner Martinez's son, oh, there he goes again. There he goes again. That's the reason the bright light harassment continues. There you go. Oh, nose check. Nose check. You just saw that. Nose check. So that's the reason. And he was also instructed to come out once I was moving the camera around. So there you go. Nose check. And now he just drives off. There's the license plates. The bright light harassment continues. The bright light harassment continues. He's driving slowly. He's driving slowly, and let's see what direction. Let's see what direction he drives. Oh, making a left on Laramie. How about that? What a coincidence. That is their daily travel route for special delivery white powder bags over the bridge, making a left on Laramie. That's right. So it all coincides. It's all the same equation. This is a customer. There you go. And a customer that is well documented on this YouTube channel. And now you get it. Why the bright light harassment is so intensified and it's so important to be used as a distraction. Bait, focus, follow, attention span. Homeowner Martinez's son, oldest son, was preconditioning me to react to the bright light harassment. See how that works? That's why he was parked there. He was waiting, but he was instructed, put your vehicle there so we can intensify the bright light harassment and perhaps we can, it's a form of distraction, and we can manipulate him to look away from the light. And clearly the light intensified once they parked right behind the tree. See how that works? All right. So there's a reason why I have this, and there's a reason why I do not smoke or drink. You have to be very mindful of fact and fiction, folks, or you won't be able to pick this up. There you go. Sunday morning, March 2nd, 8:50 a.m. Open for business. Open for business. The machine. Town of Cicero Mayor, Larry Dominick, re-elected, and it's a safe haven for this type of criminal activity. A lot of people comment, we do not see anything in your videos. You're not supposed to. It's called social acting for that specific purpose. And social acting is a real big part of manipulation. The game of manipulation. Very big part. It's used as a distraction. It's used to provoke a confrontation. That's right. Create fear. All right. I'm telling you, folks, do the right thing. Do not let my death be in vain, because this murder plot is the real thing. Obviously, electronic harassment is used to manipulate victims. It's also used on politicians, celebrities, people of power, real estate, and it's called manipulate businesses, remain in control, silent victims for that specific reason. Insurance policy fraud, unsolved murder cases of identity theft Medicaid. We're asking for the public assistance regarding the posted date of January 8th, 2025. This location right here, 5132, and watch the magic happen. Follow me on Google Maps, 3 million views. Detailed information, organized crime family process. It's a process that the victims and their family members will endure, but it's well worth it at the end, because the younger the victim, the bigger the payoff, of course. And there's a reason why so many young victims are in a nursing home facility, because of the order of protection, and because their families have been manipulated to think and react by calling 911 because they're concerned. And they've been manipulated by these police officers involved in criminal activity to react by placing the order of protection, thinking that that's the best thing. Once they turn their back on the victim is left on their own, and the state takes over, and insurance policy fraud, that's right, it's a murder plot. It's a murder plot, and the cause of death is going to be posted, recorded, hospital records as natural causes, not brain aneurysm, not bleeding of the brain, blood clot, tumors, brain cancer, equal exposure from microwave oven, x-ray machine, or sleeping next to a high power line. Radiation, that's right, radiation. Okay, electronic harassment. There's some of the products in the Los Angeles, California area called the Bazooka. This is a refurbished microwave oven that runs for $6,500 when I was doing my homework out there regarding electronic harassment. So there you go, folks. You can find it online. It's called the Bazooka microwave being used as far as electronic harassment. Radiation, that's right. All right, let's move on. And we are waiting for further developments. And of course, this is the reason for the bright light harassment, high frequencies, attack of the brain, and this right here that I have to come up and place this tinted glass. And in the kitchen, I have placed this on a daily basis. There you go. While preparing my morning breakfast or dishes. So there you go, folks. This criminal organization is panicking and responding. And we're going to continue documenting. And 2025 looks very promising. Very promising. This is our second year filing a tax evasion with a tax preparer. January 8th, 2025. Again, we're asking for the public's support. 5132. 5132 is the address of the main headquarters of this criminal organization. There you go. This is a public service, and it is posted as a national security threat. High-tech surveillance monitor called Army Apparatus Tracking Signal Scanner Device being used on civilians of unsolved murder cases of identity theft Medicaid. Our YouTube channel continues to be attacked. That's right, on a daily basis. This is how powerful this high-tech surveillance monitor is. And artificial intelligence, high-tech surveillance. That's right. All right. Very aware of my location and activities. It's a very dangerous form of a murder plot on victims. And it should be considered on the top list of investigations. I made a special trip to Belmont and Western headquarters of police department as far as detectives division on Belmont and Western, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago Police Department. All right, moving on. This is the time. The brain attacks continue. Right there. Sunday morning. That's the reason for this whole ordeal. And homeowner Martinez's son was clearly involved and called for reinforcement, trying to provoke a confrontation as well. Social acting, folks, a very big part of this criminal organization. And we're going to continue documenting everything. Everything. And we're working on a case, of course. And, well, we cannot do it without your support. It takes time. It takes time. And it takes a lot of evidence. But eventually, we should do it. And if anything happens to me, of course, it's going to further give credibility to this YouTube channel. This is how they're trying to get rid of me. And of course, targeting my ex-wife as well. Fear tactics. Fear tactics are being applied. That's why she does not want me recording. She's in fear for her life. She is being followed. And they left this note especially for her. Right on the window, the mailbox. That's right. And she wanted to call the police. But these police officers are involved in criminal activity. And this is what they want. This is what they want. They want to be able to come in here and try and manipulate her to react to the daily plan attacks. This is what they want. This is what these police officers involved in criminal activity insist that she does react. I was visited. We were visited, my ex-wife and I, by Town of Cicero Emergency 911 dispatcher named Anna. Joint collaboration with the Plains Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart. Unprovoked home visit at 5 a.m. requesting to speak to me. My ex-wife reacted, opened up the door, because they were knocking furiously. And they proceeded by knocking on my bedroom door while sleeping at 5 a.m. furiously as well. I went back to sleep. Before they left, they instructed my ex-wife that we uploaded her statement. If Miguel Rodriguez, starts acting in any peculiar way, do not hesitate, call 911 immediately. Of course, this is called preconditioning the victim's family to react. And we already showed you, if my wife were to come in here right now, that we have a number of scenarios that she has come in while I got the windows covered up. Naturally, she is going to be concerned and she will call 911. But she's a smart woman, and we have her. Basically, she just gets mad, walks away, and then comes back. So no, she's just she understands a little bit more, and her friends are watching her my videos, and they have a clear understanding. They're probably explaining to her exactly what's going on. All right, we are moving on. We appreciate your support. Don't forget, Internal Revenue Services, the IRS, this government agency. This is our second time filing with a tax preparer tax evasion. This criminal organization is making money, especially when there's babies involved. That's correct. There's babies involved. At 5130, we have documentation of that. There's a reason why the machine, Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominick, re-elected a safe haven for this criminal activity of this sort. All the windows covered up with dark plastic construction bags, no address identification, 3 fake home visits, and before and after evidence of fire. No evidence. That's right. No investigation. These police officers are placed in high-ranking departments to make that call. That's right, to make that call. And there's a reason why the Candyman is parked so far away as well. Look at where the Candyman is parked at. See that? That's right. All right, so we're going to continue our surveillance, and let's move on. Let's move on and see. Make sure you follow the time sequence so you know what happens right after I turn off the videos. This is the time sequence. Pay attention. That's the time sequence. Every time I turn off the video, you can relate to the time sequence. What movement occurs right after I shut off the camera. All right. Moving on. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's pretty much it. That's all we got for now. That's all we got for now. It's a waiting game for now. There should be more action. So stay tuned for that. Moving on.